back to another TNT Run video. I'm recording this just after the last one, because I still want to ramble on about this other thing now, because I basically can. I just watched the best movie I've ever seen. Like, maybe I'm being a little bit weird about this, but, you know, movies nowadays are so liberal and politically leaning left. Like, it really annoys me. So basically, I watched Unplanned today. I'm not going to put it in the title because I might get demonetized. But it was amazing. Like, that story is really something. Like, there were so many points where I really wanted to cry, but I'm not quite like that kind of person. I mean, it's probably because I'm a guy, but you know, the abortion industry really does suck people in, and that's one of the major problems with it. Okay, good thing that block stayed. Yeah, so the movie was a very good story. I mean, I guess I could have watched it when it came out, but I didn't. I just kind of waited because I mean, I was gonna watch it with a friend at first, but then, you know, that never happened, and I just kept it, and I just didn't watch it. So now I finally watched it, and I'm going to talk about it with my like-minded friends, as I mentioned in the last episode, so you know, it's great. Also, just an FYI, before I forget it, there will be Megawalls videos at least until New Year's. I know that's quite a while from now still, but at least until New Year's, because I just have that big of a folder, and there's going to be 4 a week. Like, that's crazy. It's crazy stuff. But, you know, it's great. It's nice to be able to have all those Megawalls videos to be able to release to you. Still at this time, I think I'll reduce it to 3 in the new year. I mean, I still have like 30 streams that I'm going to take videos from, so a lot of streams. And when I stream Megawalls again, you know, I'll get games from those. So there might be videos, like, at least until this time next year. That's crazy, but, you know, they'll be outdated by then, but the stream ones will be more recent. You know, and it's great because I'll be able to release them, and then I'll be able to still be able to entertain the people that like to watch Megawalls, because, you know, Megawalls is pretty bad since Corona hit. The cheating problem is becoming more extensive than it was before, so I don't really know what to say about it at this point. All I'm gonna say is I really wish I could play it more, but it's hard to play it when there's so many cheaters, and, you know, it's gonna kill the game. I mean, the game used to be really fun, but even just disappearing for a couple couple months, it's hard to talk and play at the same time. I'm making that excuse again. And yeah, that was a big issue. Like, I disappeared during quarantine because I signed up for another online class, so I didn't talk to any of my friends during that time. So the changes in the game where there were more bee-hoppers, like a crazy amount of bee-hoppers, became more apparent to me. Like, wow. Like, the game is depressing now. But anyways, back to the topic. Unplanned, great movie. Need to see it. I don't think you can really have an opinion on the abortion issue until you see it, because you see what the abortion lobby in the United States is really like, and it's definitely like that here in Canada and in many other places throughout the world as well. Yeah, you know, and I hate that it's being framed as a women's right issue. Like, you know, I can argue with so many people about that, and it's annoying, because it's not. The reason why it's not a women's right issue, well, at least in the way that people say it is because half the people killed as aborted fetuses are women. like, this is like a person crisis, because we're killing the next generation of our population because we don't feel like having them. How does that make any sense? And, you know, one of the insults I keep getting is that I'm a man, so I can't say that. And I'm actually not a man yet, I'm 17. By the time all my Megalos videos come out, I'll be 18. Oh man, that's pretty funny. Yeah, and I'm going to pre-record for at least the first half of the school year, because I'm not really sure how often I'll get to record. You know, so once we get closer to school starting, I'll have a lot more to talk about, and I'll be able to talk about it. That would be great. So, yeah, so, you know, the issue's complicated because, well, really, there's one side that says it's about a woman's choice, but then there's the other side that just basically says the unborn are human beings, and that's consistent. I mean, if you're at all religious and you're a Christian, you should be against abortion in all circumstances, because the Bible clearly says things about children in the womb. It clearly states that the unborn are human, and, you know, it seems like a lot of those people are ignoring it. And I mean, yeah, there's many Christian denominations nowadays that just ignore what the Bible says. So they're not really Christian denominations anymore, are they? Anyways, but there is reason, too, that the unborn are human, as the science of embryology states. And you can read into that yourself. The unborn can feel pain. You know, the moment in the movie where Abby Johnson left Planned Parenthood was when she actually had to be in the room when the abortion was happening, and she was the director of the clinic at that time, which is crazy. So she was like a really high-ranking official in Planned Parenthood. And yeah, so she left after witnessing the heart rate monitor, whatever monitor it is, and seeing the abortion on the monitor where the baby is being sucked away from the tube, sucked away by the tube, and is trying to run away from the tube in the uterus. And that's really sad. Like, no, there were so many cryable moments in that movie. Just, yeah. But it's a good movie. It's really well done, considering it's done on conservative money, because we conservatives don't have nearly as much money as everybody else does, and I'm kind of sad it just fell through 2 floors, but whatever. What can I say? It happened. So, man, I don't know. Yeah, it's a great movie. Suggest it to anyone that. Why did I just do that? To anyone at all interested in the issue on either side, because you see both sides depicted in a certain light, in a certain negative light, and that's what I like about it, is it's trying to be as objective as it can, and it is pretty objective. It's definitely more pro-life, but I think the issue is pro-life, if you understand what's going on. Yeah, I'm gonna be pious there, because there's no argument, really. All these people just die so I can win again. It'd be great to win again. Please don't. Oh. Yeah, so it's one of the most enjoyable movies I've ever watched. I'm so happy I got my chance to watch it finally. And yeah, I mean, I always have things to talk about with my amazing friends, you know. And perhaps I'll talk about those friends at some point. I'm not going to ever reveal their names or anything, because they don't even know I have a channel. Although they're like best friends to me. So I'll have to tell them about my channel at some point. Just because there's a lot of stuff on my channel that isn't my favorite anymore, and I'd at least like to drown that out with new stuff before I'd share it with them. I'm not gonna delete it. I'm not Majestic Walrus. I'm not that stupid guy that just decides to delete everything because, well, I don't agree with it anymore, so I'm gonna delete it. Well, that's kind of stupid, because why don't you just show who you are? People want to know who you are. People want to know how you became who you are. That's what I'm doing, basically. Yeah. I got answered there because I got the win pretty quickly after that. It's also getting nice outside again. When I started recording this session, it was hailing outside, so that's when I decided, hey, you know, it's a Saturday, I can't go on my run yet today, so I might as well start recording, you know? I wasted a double jump, nice. I got a free minute of speed, that's nice. That's actually nice, you know. Yeah. I'll do a video about COVID next. But yeah. I think the abortion issue is a very objective moral issue. It shouldn't be a social issue in the sense that I'm liberal, I accept it, you're conservative, you don't accept it. I'm not liberal, by the way. So it really should be a matter of both sides should hate it, because it's killing unborn human beings that have nothing to say, because they can't say things yet, because they're in an early stage of development. You know, like, seriously, there's a woman I know who's kind of related to us, not blood related through marriage, and she was gonna abort if her kid tested genetically positive for this disease that was in her bloodline. And that's just horrible, you know, because, like, is it okay to abort one baby that would have that disease and not have a disease in another circumstance? What a horrible thing to do or say. You know, that's just awful. You know, and really, there's no coincidence that this came up with the rise of divorce and the rise of casual sex, because really, it makes perfect sense. Think about it. I don't have to commit to my spouse anymore because I can just divorce them. No fault divorce. It's easy now with how the governments have it set up. You can divorce somebody for no reason now. You can just leave them and divorce them. What a horrible thing. I don't love them anymore because they've changed. They're like this, you know, but love is a commitment. Marriage is a commitment. That's what it's meant to be. You know, and, like, it's awful how people take it. So if I don't have to commit to my spouse, why should I commit to having this baby? And I'm not talking about a spouse that you would have hypothetically gotten divorced from, but I mean, I mean just being pregnant in general. You don't want to commit to having this baby. You don't have to keep the baby. You just have to have the baby. You just have to bear the baby. That's all I'm saying. Which, I mean, might be extensive. And yeah, in the cases of rape, sure, it'll remind you of the baby. And in the cases of incest, sure, the baby will have genetic defects. But everybody deserves a chance. Not everybody certainly does not have at this point in time. They should have a chance to live their life. Why should a live woman have right to choose counter somebody that doesn't have, like, why does one right triumph another? It just doesn't make any sense. You know, you're not committing to anything, and, like, it's a horrible thing. I can't comprehend how bad it is. Like, it's just like Abby Johnson in Unplanned near the end. She said 22,000 abortions. How can I comprehend that I'm complicit in this? Like, that's you know, that's a big number for one person to be involved in. You were involved in 22,000 people dying. How do you feel? Like, that's basically how it hit her in the movie. And I'm sure that's how it hit her in her story too, because it's based on a true story. And that would definitely weigh on my conscience and hit me. No. Wow. So, it was a great movie. I'm glad I watched it. It reinforced my pro-life arguments, you know, and I can't wait to discuss it with my friends. I was going to say I can't wait to watch more things like it, but there aren't things like it, unfortunately. Okay, hope you enjoyed this video. See you in the next one.